So, good afternoon, everyone. Myself,
Audience, all the students arrived, or still we are waiting
sir,
for?
they are joining, or they will join in between, sir.
We can start now.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to yet another knowledgeable and informative session of Finishing School Program 2025. So, today we are having among us Professor M.A. Ansari. Sir is working as professor at BTTC, HSNC University, Mumbai. Sir has an experience of more than 23 years for the PG and UG classes. And Sir has been appointed as a subject expert for the selection board interviews at Army Public School, Mumbai. And Sir has also acted as resource person and keynote speaker in various seminars at international level and at the national level as well. Sir has been also appointed as judge for the various educational and cultural inter-college competitions. And Sir has also participated in a number of seminars, workshops, conferences, and presented a number of papers at the national, international, and state level. So, sir, today we'll be deliberating on the topic assessment and evaluation. So, without taking much time, I now request Professor Ansari to proceed with today's lecture. Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you for the lovely introduction. Dear students, if you can switch on your camera, it will be easy for me to understand that you people are present in the session. Otherwise, your cameras are off. Only I can see Manu Chadda madam and the other teacher. Only two teacher I can see. I know that you people might be busy in some work or the other work, but before I will start my session, I would like to, madam, just tell me whether you can see the screen. Madam, is the screen?
Yes, sir, it's visible, sir.
Okay, fine. So, first of all, it is my welcome, dear participants and my fellow teachers. So the topic which is given to me is this. So big namaste to all. Before we will start the session, I want everyone to please observe the role play that my BEd students are going to play. I can see Dr. Pargat Singh as well. Sat Sri Akal ji, sir.
Sat Sri Akal, Professor Saab. Very good afternoon.
Thank you
and all the BTTC family members.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So I'm just moving my camera to my student. They are my BEd student. Currently, they are in the first year BEd, SEM 2. So they are going to first do a small role play. And from there, I will pick up the thing. They will do two role play number 1 and role play number 2. So I will just ask my team members, student. Here you can see Madhuri Singh, Geeta, Devyani. Come in the camera, beta, Devyani. Devyani and Tanvi. So I will request them to please start the role play.
Good afternoon, teachers.
Yeah, please start.
आइए मैडम जी, एकदम सस्ते टमाटर 1 किलो सिर्फ 40 रुपए और 3 किलो 100 रुपए। आप भी लीजिए, आपके बच्चों को भी खिलाइए। अरे मैडम जी, इधर ध्यान दीजिए। आहा, टमाटर बड़े मजेदार। वाह, टमाटर बड़े मजेदार। देखिए, एकदम लाल लाल टमाटर हैं, फ्रेश है, ऑर्गेनिक है। आज सुबह ही मैं इसे खेत से लेके आया हूँ अपने।
ये तो ठीक है भैया, लेकिन क्या कैसे दिया हमने टमाटर?
बस 50 रुपए का 1 किलो।
50 रुपए? ये तो बस 40 के बोल रहा है।
पर ये टमाटर चमकदार है और ताजे भी है, हमें यही से टमाटर लेंगे।
ठीक है भैया, 1 किलो पैक कर दो।
ये लीजिए मैडम, आपके 1 केजी टमाटर।
थैंक यू।
So I will request the audience that this was role play number 1. Now we will move to role play number 2. Yeah, please start the other.
अरे आइए आइए बहन जी, देखिए एकदम नया स्टॉक आया है, शादी का सीजन है और बहुत वैरायटीज आई हैं।
भैया बेबी की शादी है, अच्छी वैरायटी वाली साड़ी दिखाना।
अरे वाह, बेबी की शादी है, कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस।
थैंक यू।
सही टाइम पे आई हैं, एकदम माल आया है नया नया, एकदम दुकानें भरी हैं। ये देखिए, ये बनारसी सिल्क है और काम देखिए कितना बारीक है। दाम खाली 3,500।
और वैरायटी बताइए।
ये देखिए, आप अपना रेंज बता देंगे तो मुझे थोड़ा आसानी होगी।
5,000 के आसपास बता दीजिए आप।
5,000 के आसपास। ये देखिए, ये साउथ सिल्क का काम है, बारीक काम है, मुट्ठी भर की साड़ी है और बेबी पे तो बहुत सुंदर लगेगी।
मुझे थोड़ा हैवी लुक चाहिए, बट सस्ते में। सबकी नजरें मेरी तरफ होनी चाहिए।
अरे वाह बेबी, ठीक है।
ये मुझे पसंद नहीं।
ये पसंद नहीं आई। ये देखिए, ये नॉर्थ साइड का काम है और इसमें वर्क भी है। ये तुम्हें कैसी लग रही है?
ये अच्छी है।
क्वालिटी बढ़िया है
और
इसकी।
एकदम आपके रेंज में 4,500।
वाह।
रेंज तो अच्छी है।
बेबी पे रंग भी सूट हो रहा है।
ये
ठीक
बढ़िया है। ठीक है फिर भैया, ये पैक कर दो।
ये चाहिए मैडम? और साड़ियां भी देख लीजिए, 3 साड़ी लेंगी तो एक दुपट्टा फ्री दूंगा मैं।
ये वाली वो वाली पैक कर दो।
अरे वाह, ये लीजिए, एक दुपट्टा फ्री हमारी तरफ से बेबी की शादी के लिए।
अब टोटल कितना हुआ भैया?
ये लीजिए, ये आपका हो गया और आपके 10,000 हो गए, साथ में दुपट्टा फ्री।
ठीक है, थैंक यू।
Say thank you.
थैंक
यू ऑल।
So, dear students, my BEd students, they have prepared this just 15 minutes before I asked them to do this, because based on this, then we will continue further with our discussion. So, student, thank you very much. You can leave. Thank you so much. Yes. So now over to the audience. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, you're audible. Yes, we
Hey,
are.
I'm audible, but I want the audience to
Yes,
interact.
sir.
What they.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Vaibhav, right?
Yes, sir.
Maybe I'm not pronouncing it properly. Sorry for that.
No,
हाँ,
sir. It's
बेटा
all right. Bravo.
क्या देखा बेटा आपने? 2 रोल प्ले देखे, क्या देखा पहले रोल प्ले में?
पहले में we can say selling quality habits.
अच्छा, क्या देखा आपने सेलिंग में बच्चे?
जैसे मतलब काम दोनों ने सेम किया, पर जो सेकंड वाला था उसका थोड़ा इंफॉर्मेटरी था. That was much attractive.
चलो ठीक है, आपका आंसर ठीक है. What about other student? Now I don't know the students. Here I can see whether I am right or wrong. Pal, Rajveer Kaur, Sanamdeep Kaur, Karamjit Kaur, Jashandeep, Manpreet, Harbinder, Pooja, Jigyasa, Gurdeep. If you all are listening to me, please interact so that we can go ahead.
बेटा इफ यू आर ट्रैवलिंग, अगर आप ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं रास्ते में तो आप चैट बॉक्स में अपना रिप्लाई लिख सकते हैं, सो दैट सेशन कैन बी इन एन इंटरेक्टिव मोड. तो सर का पर्पस है आपसे कुछ ना कुछ पूछना. तो अगर आप कहीं पे ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं, रास्ते में हैं, बस पे हैं, तो इफ यू कैन टाइप इन चैट बॉक्स, जस्ट ट्राई टू interact with sir in the chat box.
Thank you, Pragat sir.
Always welcome, sir. Always welcome.
So, Sukhdev Singh ji लिख रहे हैं techniques of selling products. All Pal is writing, all showing different types of saris of different cities. Rajni is saying behavior is good, then marketing is good. Pooja is saying something good, sir. Anyway, whatever you people have observed, I am happy with that. Again, I'm moving to the presentation part. These are the 3 important words that we need to discuss today. that is measurement, assessment, and evaluation. So before we will go ahead, the students who are interacting with me or maybe other students, I would like to know from you all whether in these two role play have you seen these three things? Because what Vibhav Chug, he mentioned that the first role as compared to the first role play, second role play was better. So which word in this is going with that?
But I think it's evaluation.
Yes? Hello?
So I think it's evaluation.
You have done evaluation. What about assessment and measurement? In order to do evaluation, what you did? You are right, but what you did? See, you all are the would-be teachers, future teacher. You all have to use this in your daily life. Yes, I can see now Amandeep. Yes, Amandeep, can you? I'm sure you must have seen the role play. She came and then she left. I don't know. Yes, any other answer? In order to compare both the role play, what exactly we have used? Pargat sir is writing assessment. Yes, sir. It was assessment because on the basis of assessment, we can go ahead. Sanamdeep is saying measurement. Pehle, Gurdeep is saying assessment. Rajveer is saying assessment. Then evaluation of both quantitative and qualitative products and assessment. Yes, you all are right. Very correct. Because we all are going to use this in our daily life on daily basis in the actual classroom situation. So this is what the two things that I wanted to show you people. Now I'm moving to the next part of it. So here is the first point. Now I want the audience to listen to me carefully, and wherever you feel you can intervene and you can ask. So here the first point which I'm taking in front of you is the meaning of measurement. So what we see in the meaning, that measurement is nothing but it is a process of assigning number to traits or objects. So in classroom, whenever we are going to deal with the student, we may say that Ali scored 40 marks out of 50. So this is just a mere number. Here also in both the role play you have seen, in the first role play, the vegetable seller was selling the tomatoes. So they were talking about the amount, 40 rupees kg, 50 rupees kg, something they were talking about. Then we moved on to the second point, that is the assessment part. Here in the meaning, you will see it's a process of improving the current performance of the student. As a teacher, you know that Ali scored 20 marks out of 50 in the first unit test, and then Ali scored 40 marks out of 50 in the second unit test. So we can see that there is a change in the study pattern of the child. That is why the child has scored good marks. So here we can see numbers also, that is quantity also. And at the same time, the child got some kind of feedback in the first unit test. Therefore, there must be some change, or there is change in the performance of the child. So that is the assessment part. Then we will move on to the third point, that is the evaluation part. Now, when we talk about evaluation, here we are trying to pass a judgment on the basis of the set of standard. Example, when we say Ali scored 20 marks out of 50, so that was the first unit test part, and he got 40% marks. So what we value judge that part? We just say that he got pass class, just pass. So here all the three things are coming, that is quantity, then the assessment part, as well as the what we say judgment part. Then in the second unit test, the child got 40 marks out of 50. So it means 80% marks, and then the child got first class. So this is the meaning of the three words: measurement, assessment, and evaluation. Why I'm emphasizing on these three? Because very often as a teacher, you are going to use this in your classroom. Whenever you're going to conduct any kind of test or any kind of written examination or oral or practical, whatever, you are going to make use of these three words: measurement, assessment, and evaluation. So is the first point clear to everyone? Shall I move to the second point? Fine. So Sukhdev and Sipal, they have given me the intimation. Yes, I can move ahead. So now I'm moving to the second point. Now the second point is talking about the definition. That is the, when we talk about meaning, the measurement, here we are talking about process of assigning numerical values. Means whatever performance a child has done, we are just giving the number to that part. That is, if I will ask you that in the two role play, which was better, or how many marks you will give to role play number 1 and role play number 2, so you will accordingly give marks to that part. Then we will move to the next point, that is the assessment part. Now in assessment, we see here we are trying to gather and interpret information. If you remember in the beginning, Vibhav Chug, he mentioned that in the second role play, he got lot of information, because he had seen both the things and he had understood that which role play is better, the first one or the second one. Similarly, when we move to the third aspect, that is the evaluation part, so here comes the value judgment. That is the process of ascertaining or judging the value or amount of something by use of appraisal, includes judgment in terms of internal evidence and external criteria. That is judging student on the learning progress and performance against established learning objectives and standard. So this is the second reference point for all the three, that is measurement, assessment, and evaluation. Again, in measurement, we are talking about assigning numbers. In second assessment, we are talking about gathering information and how we are going to interpret it. And in the third one is the evaluation. That is, we are incorporating the value judgment. So is the second point clear? Any questions? Dear students, any questions? Shall I move to the third point?
Sir, they have written yes, you can go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the intimation. Now I'm moving to the third point. When we talk about domain. Now, may I know, student, how many domains are there? You can write in the chat box. You must have studied the domains in assessment for learning. One you can see on the screen also. That is cognitive. I'll just give you the hint. It is a cap. Yes. Sukhdev has written. Thank you, Sukhdev. He has written cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. So when we talk about cognitive part, so measurement takes care only of the cognitive domain. You can see the image also. That is the brain part. Then assessment. It takes care of both the thing. That is cognitive and affective. When we say about affective part, it means that the child is doing that work on his own with some guidance. And this is the requirement in today's time. Whenever we talk about any value or any kind of thing that we want our child to do. So if the heart is involved, then everything can be taken care of. But if heart is not involved, then it's very difficult for us to make the child understand whatever you will do. And the third aspect, that is the evaluation part, it takes care of all the three domains. That is the head, heart, and hand. This is how we cover cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. So my dear students, whenever you're going to teach in the classroom, you need to be very, very careful that you are not only going to emphasize on the cognitive aspect, but at the same time, you're going to emphasize on the affective aspect as well, because that is the most important part, especially the language teacher, especially the science teacher, especially the history teacher, geography teacher, whichever subject you are going to teach, if you will try to take care of the second domain, that is the affective domain, automatically the purpose of teaching is going to be served. Otherwise, our main purpose of teaching is going to be affected. Is the third point of discussion clear? Dear students, are you all listening to me? Fine. Again, Sukhdev has given me the answer. Thank you, Sukhdev, for your intimation. Now I'll move on to the fourth point of discussion. Now in the fourth point, I want the student to observe. The fourth point is what?
Nature.
Nature. So when we talk about nature, what is the nature of measurement? You can see below the image. Yeah, somebody can speak. Is the image visible?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what you can see in the image, Rajveer? But it is not class behavior. Something is there in the form of number. That is start range, end range. Can you see?
Yes.
So what you can see, start range and end range. Sukhdev, you can answer, beta. Sukhdev or Rajveer, whosoever is there, please answer. What you can see in the image.
Actually, sir, we have no idea about this.
Okay, fine.
This is a
Yes, beta. Please go ahead.
quantitative range, random quantitative range has been taken, I think. So.
Fine. So in the nature, you can see that we can only see the numbers. But does it make any sense? Yeah. Rajni is writing quantitative, Pooja is writing quantity. Fine. Yes, you are right. Now I'm moving further with the second aspect, that is the. Now what you can see in the image. Earlier you have seen numbers. Now what you have seen further?
This is multiple, sir. Quality and quantity both we are.
So in assessment you can see that. Yes, beta, please go ahead. Somebody was saying yes, please. So here you can see two things. One is the number, and in the below you can see grades are also mentioned. Along with grades, something else is there. Sukhdev is writing observation of behavior of learners through checklist. Fine. Whether it is a checklist or what, that we will see further. Now you can see the entire image. What is the entire image? Whether the whole image is visible to everyone. Here you will see in the first column, subject is mentioned and it is divided into three categories. Then term one, then we have to make use of different types of assessment. Then term two, again different types of assessment. You will see the grades are given, and below, that is what you people are looking in the beginning, the start range and the end range. So from this result, we will conclude that if the child is getting, say, for example, B plus, if I want to search B plus, so B plus means the start, it is between the range 65 to 79.99. This is what you have seen in role play number 2, which I have done with my student. Do you all remember? In the second role play, they were talking about the, yes, Sanamdeep is saying, yes, sir. Jasmine, Sukhdev is talking about Yes, summative assessment, formative assessment. Sipal is talking about the class result. Yes, thank you, Sipal. So it is correct. So now I will go further with the nature. So when we talk about nature, now you can see in the nature what I have shown you. It is quantitative. I am saying 35 marks out of 100. परगट सर जी एक रिक्वेस्ट था आपसे या रमन मैडम से, कैन यू व्हाट्सएप द लिंक टू डॉक्टर मनदीप कोचर? She was actually sitting with me, but right now she's going. She has
Yes, sir, we'll do it. We'll
yeah,
do it.
please, yeah, please. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Mandeep madam. So I'm moving to the next point, that is again in the nature. You will see when I'm talking about assessment part, it is qualitative, that is the below average. Then the third aspect is judgmental, that is when we get both qualitative and quantitative, we say that it is a poor performance. So I'm sorry, here in the nature part, first one is quantitative, qualitative, and the third one is judgmental. Now I am moving to the next point, that is the orientation part. I hope all the 4 points are clear to all the students. Shall I move to the next point? Hello? Fine. I'll go ahead. Okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you. So the next point is orientation. Whenever we talk about measurement, measurement is number oriented. That is assigning numbers only. This is what we are looking right from the beginning. When we talk about assessment, it is process oriented. We are more into the improvement part. Now this improvement we need for both student and teacher. Because how student? Because we are constantly observing the child right from day one until the last day of the school. Maybe in our Mumbai, normally the school begin in the month of June and it gets over in the month of April for the state board. So I'm sure in your state also it might be the same thing, but maybe 1 or 2 months here and there. But we want improvement in the child. So what you have seen the child in the month of July, definitely there will be some change in the behavior of the child or the learning style or whatever you want to say. You will definitely see that there is some kind of change in the child in the later months. So therefore we say it is process oriented. Now when I'm talking from this teacher's point of view, then improvement in teaching process, the teacher also knows that after conducting the first test or the second test or the third test, because many a time teacher take surprise test or formative kind of assessment or any kind of assessment we do, we come to know through the result whether more number of students are passing or less number of students are passing. Now whatever may be the case, why more number of students have passed or why less number of students have passed, again that result gives us the feedback, so that we can see further in the characteristics of a good measuring instrument. And then finally, when we move to the evaluation part, evaluation is the end part, that is a product oriented, that is improvement in the educative process. So number oriented is just assigning the number. When we talk about process oriented, it is a kind of formative assessment. When we talk about evaluation, then it is a summative type of evaluation that I have already shown you the result. Now I'm moving to the 6th point. So again, when we talk about results, so it provides numerical result. Here in the assessment part, like with the result, there is some change in the behavior. You can see that there's an improvement in the child. And the last part is the new evaluation part, where we see both improvement, both the numerical and descriptive results, so that we can evaluate. Now the same thing is connected with the 7th point. Now 7th point, when we talk about numerical part, so here the focus was only testing a single aspect, that is knowledge. If you remember in the previous point where I have mentioned about the domains, so which domain The measurement part is taking care of. Yes, my dear student, this 7th point is related to the 3rd point, if you remember. Hello, are you all listening to me, dear students?
Yes, sir.
तो कौन सा था 3rd point, कुछ याद है? देखो, अगर आप मेरे को स्क्रीन में देख रहे हो तो मैंने अपने हैंड को कहीं रखा है, याद आ रहा है? हम किस पार्ट पे फोकस कर रहे हैं? Do you remember or you people have forgotten? Cognitive, yes. Sumanpreet and Sukhdev. Yes, thank you, Sukhdev. So head part, that is, we are testing only one thing at a time. Then we move to the assessment part. Assessment part is not only taking care of the subject, but at the same time, we are taking care of the other scholastic achievement, that is, other graded subjects. So where the child develop some interest in that and accordingly they go ahead. And in the final go, you will see evaluation. It focuses on different aspects of personality. That is not only scholastic or co-scholastic, but the personality traits. That is the personal hygiene, punctuality, discipline, interpersonal relationship, participation in co-curricular activities, and so on. So is the 7th point clear to the audience? Only Sukhdev is answering yes. It seems only Sukhdev is active. What about other student? I can see there are around 30-35 participants. Maybe few teachers are there. Sipali saying yes, sir. Pooja, Rajni, fine. Suman Preet, yes. Now I'm moving to the next point. The next point is tools that we make use of. Now, very often when you will see these tools, especially in the measurement part, the tool that we make use of is the tests or the observation. So which gives us again the quantitative data, which you people have seen in the beginning when the role play was going on. In assessment, we talk about different tools like student portfolio, assignment, task, interview, practical, examination. So here we collect data in the form of quantitative also and at the same time qualitative also, because here you are face to face observing the child. Then the third one is maybe we make use of other records, maybe the both including the tools that we have used in measurement and assessment. So here we have three things: qualitative data, quantitative data, and the value judgment part. So that is how, if you remember in the 4th point when I was showing you the school result, formative assessment, summative assessment, and then we have seen the result part. Moving to the next point, that is the modification part. So in assessment, in measurement, you will see hardly we can do any modification because it is just a quantitative data. We cannot change it. But in assessment, modification we can bring in the process. That is a teaching learning process. So therefore, it is quantitative plus qualitative because you get feedback also from the student parent, especially during the open days. Then we moved on to the evaluation part. That is quantitative data plus qualitative data and value judgment. Now coming to the last point, that is a timing. In measurement, it depends on the attribute, that is, it's diagnostic in nature. You first try to diagnose the thing. Assessment, it's an ongoing process, therefore it is known as formative. And evaluation is the final, that is at the end we do it, that is the summative part. So these were the 10 points of discussion that we have seen. So dear students, have you all understood what are the points we have discussed? The first point.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Amanpreet, please beta, go ahead. I will be happy to hear you. If you can come on the screen, then I will be more happy. Some of the students can come on the screen also. So what are the points we have seen today? For for measurement, assessment and evaluation. We have seen the meaning, then we have seen the definition, then we moved on to the domain, nature. Nature was the fourth point. Fifth point, do you remember what was the fifth point? Orientation. Sixth point was result. Seventh, focus. Eighth, that tool we use. Ninth, modification. 10th, timing. There may be many more points we can bring into, and we can do this kind of, we can study the relationship between all the three terms. Now, as it was told to me by Dr. Ramandeep, that we need to focus on these tools also. So you can see on the screen something. Tools and techniques of assessment, that is checklist, rating scale, rubrics, anecdotal record, achievement test, performance test, written test, both essay and objective, then examination, open book examination, and the online examination. Nowadays, online examination is also possible. So when we talk about assessment part, so we can do it in three different ways. That is teacher assessment, self-assessment, peer assessment. I'm sure you people have gone for your internship. Have you all gone for your internship in school? Or you did your internship at home? Hello? No answer? Have you all gone for internship? Today is your exit meeting.
Not yet, sir.
तो आप लोग अभी जाओगे ना internship के लिए?
Yes, sir.
When you will go for your internship, you will find that your lesson will be not only observed by the school teacher, but even by your own professors. They may also come to observe your lesson. Then I'm sure your friends, your peer, they are also going to observe your lesson. Suppose one of the student is going to give a lesson, maybe 2 or 3 students in your group will observe your lesson. So this is the peer assessment, and self-assessment is the person who himself or herself is giving the lesson. So when we talk about this three word, self-assessment, peer assessment, teacher assessment, then criterion reference test, norm reference test, then there are different things that are coming. We call this as differentiated assessment strategies. Now I'll just share one more example and then we will end our session. Of course, there should be some kind of interaction also with you all. So here you can see rubrics. For the lesson part, you can make use of the rubrics. I'm just trying to show you the rubrics, how the rubrics is going to work out. Is the rubrics visible to you all? I'll just share the rubrics also. Is the rubrics visible now? Dear student,
No, sir.
but I have shared with you all. You can see on the screen.
Yes, it is visible, although it's a little, actually not very clear. It is visible.
Visible, na? Haan.
Yeah, the screen is there.
Yeah.
Screen is visible.
Yeah. So if you can see on the screen now, whatever is there, you can see that this kind of rubrics we are using at our college, where we have name of the student teacher, semester, batch, roll number, topic, lesson number, the details. And this sheet is for the assessment purpose, which is used by the supervisor. So if you will see the first column, there are around 8 criterias or 8 dimensions or parameters which we look into. So lesson planning, you can see, of course, whenever we go for lesson, before delivering a lesson, we need to have a lesson plan with us. So you people are going to prepare that lesson beforehand. Then the second point is utilization of resource material. That is the use of teaching aid. Then the next point is introduction, that you're going to introduce the lesson, or you can say set induction. Again, it is a skill. Then you do presentation. That is how you are going to present the content matter. Maybe we can start with example. We can go, we further go with explanation. Maybe we ask question. Further, we do ask some higher order question as well. Depends on the content matter, what you are teaching. Then maybe in order to bring variation in the teaching learning process, we may do certain activities also. Then maybe how you're interacting with the student. Right now, I am also trying to interact with you all, but hardly few students are interacting. So the same thing can happen with you all when you are also going to teach in the classroom. Then classroom management. It is a very important task, because whatever you are going to do, there should be some kind of management. If you are delivering the class and students are not listening, then it's of no use. Then finally, at the end, when there are certain other steps where we do assessment. After recapitulation, we do assessment and so on. So these are the 8 important criteria that we have found in our rubrics. Then here you will see the further first row. It talks about, it is divided into 4 parts. That is the novice, developing, proficient, exemplary. So when I'm doing lesson planning part, the first part is talking about the fresher. Because when you give your lesson in the beginning, it is just the beginning. Then slowly after 3 lessons, 4 lessons, 5 lessons, you understand. Then after giving some more lessons, the more you practice, you become proficient. And finally, when you move to the say the 4th semester, I will say it becomes exemplary. So maybe in your first semester you are the beginner. You might be learning only the different components of lesson planning. But in your second semester, the more number of lessons you give, you develop something in yourself, the teaching skills. By the time you reach to the 3rd semester, you become proficient. And in the last semester, you become exemplary. That is, after completing or before completing the 4th semester, I'm sure in your college also, there must be a placement cell where institutions are coming and they are going to pick you up. Though this is how, based on this, we have prepared on the basis of the delivery of the lesson plan or the delivery of the lesson in the actual classroom situation. This is how the rubrics look like. So if you will see on the extreme right-hand corner, this sheet is for assessment, but this is done by the supervisor. Then we keep the same criteria, and the second sheet is used by the peer. That is a peer assessment. Again, all the criteria are same. And the third one is the self-assessment. That is your own assessment. After you give the lesson, you reflect on it, whether you have given your lesson properly or not. So this is the example of a rubric. We can make use of different rubrics for different purpose. So I'll just show you another rubric which will help you to understand that can we make use of rubrics for other subjects also. So here again, I'm sharing the slide with you all, sharing the screen with you all, so you can see. Now this rubric, is it visible? Dear student, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this rubric is for a project in geography, that is visit to a cotton field. There's a district in Maharashtra that is Pune, so it's a field visit. So again, here you can see, now if you all are interested in preparing rubrics, then this is how we go about it. So for here you can see it is in the reverse order. The left. Hello. Shall I go ahead? Fine. So here in this particular example, you can see that beginner, it is points 4 to 6, capable 7 to 9, accomplished 10 to 12, 13 to 15. So we need to keep in mind that we have kept why we have prepared this particular rubric. This rubric is for a visit, field visit. So the points are like introduction. Second point is main points. Third, organization, style, mechanics, and so on. Then again, some more instructions are given. So this is the one step ahead when we talk about the rubrics. I'll show you another example. And this is the last and the final example. Is the screen visible?
No, sir.
Now,
Not yet. Now it's visible.
yeah. This is a second rubric. Not necessary that always I have to teach, I have to observe, or I have to do things. Here, the project done by school student in one particular subject. Now, it can be any subject, science, history, geography, whatever. As a teacher, when you are going to do assessment part, so you can again see on the left-hand side, the first column is criteria. Now, as a teacher, you are going to develop this rubric. So the first point here is idea, presentation, organization, content knowledge, delivery, creativity, explanation. And then the ratings are given: can do better, average, good, excellent, and then the final score. So here you can see we are taking care of all the 3 points, that is measurement also, assessment also, and evaluation also. Because when we say, for example, in this presentation part, if I'm writing good, if I'm ticking very presentable, it means that the child is going to get 3 marks out of 4. If I'm saying, oh, presentation was amazing, well developed, so maybe excellent. But if it is not, then I will say can do better. That is, audience cannot understand due to lack of sequence. Many a time when we present certain things, we lack the sequence part. Or maybe your presentation is, organization is, audience can somewhat understand, or should still refine the sequence of the presentation logically. So all these nitty-gritties, all the reframing and the reframing of words you can do. So this is all about the, I should say, presentation from my side. Is the screen visible now?
No, sir. Screen is not visible.
One second. I think it has gone. Some connection. So now I'm coming to the final aspect of my presentation. I think I have covered everything, whatever I want to show. Now the class is open for the discussion, because very few students, they have interacted. So if there is any question that you people want to ask, you can ask. Because this is the last and the final slide you can see. Now students are very happy. Yes, Manu madam, if there is any...
Dear students, if you have any query, you can ask now. You can write your queries in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself.
Madam, you can ask them to come on the screen so that you can take one picture also. So it will go on your record.
It's a request to all the students to kindly put on your cameras.
And before the session is going to over, I will request all the faculty member of G.H.G. Khalsa College, and especially the principal, Dr. Pargat Singh. Please, sir, tell your faculty member to present paper in our conference that is going to happen on 25th of April. It is again a Friday, just after, say, 2 weeks. But if you can ask your faculty member, you yourself can, sir, present the paper. I met you in our college. If you remember, some 2-3 years ago, we met in the Gurudwara at Dadar. Credit goes to Dr. Mandeep. She organized at that point of time. So that was the time when I met you. And once you came in our college. Yes, Manu madam, over to you, ma'am. If there is any question, I'm ready. Otherwise, then you can proceed with the other things.
So I think everything was very clear. So it's still students, if you have any questions, please unmute yourself.
बच्चे थोड़ा शर्मा रहे हैं पूछने में.
Exactly. एक सर अभी actually अभी कॉलेज से जा रहे हैं. They are on their way.
अच्छा अच्छा.
Because generally the session was at 4. So
हाँ.
due to some reasons like we started at 2:30. So इसलिए भी थोड़ा सा they are on the way.
तो हम 12 बजे सेशन ले लेते. 12 बजे 11 बजे जैसे भी आपको ठीक लगता था. कोई बात
चलो,
नहीं.
in case you have any query, beta, if you're not able to unmute, put it in the chat box, or otherwise we can send your problems to sir in case.
सुखदेव जी लिख रहे हैं कि मंडल आपके आभारी हैं. ये हमारे महाराष्ट्र में ऐसा लिखते हैं, मंडल आभारी आए.
Yes sir.
तो आई होप आप खैर 2 टीचर्स यहाँ पर हैं और परगट सर को भी मैं स्क्रीन पर देख रहा हूँ. सो इफ देयर इज आई थिंक यू पीपल हैव seen throughout the presentation.
Professor, it was a wonderful presentation and you have explained in very simple words to the students. It was a really nice presentation prepared by you and presented in a very simple manner by keeping in mind the level of the students. It was really nice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
So the role play done by the students, even that was very good. And just give our blessings to the students. They could make whatever you wanted to convey, they could clarify that very easily. So it was very good.
Thank you. Because, madam, just before the session, I thought if I will just start with the PowerPoint presentation, doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
Right. Actually, there can be many things can be done. But anyway, whatever can be done in this 1 hour, it was my pleasure.
Yeah, truly justifiable.
Yeah.
And everything was very good. And probably I think students don't have a question, reason being that everything has been explained in a very lucid manner and a very, very beautiful way. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Only one request to you all faculty members, please send your research paper.
So we'll do that.
You can ask your student also to do the research and you can combine that and you can send to us.
Okay, is there some particular topic or it's just general?
If it is I will just email you the brochure.
Please do so. Please do so.
So, I don't know. I got one number and that this thing is there. Email ID. I will just send across.
Just send it. You send it. It will be forwarded in the college.
Fine.
No worries. Yes, you can do so.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So, on behalf of G.H.G. Khalsa College of Education, Guru Sir Siddhar, sir, we are truly grateful to you. And sir, your session was quite informative and knowledgeable. And you presented the topic in a very lucid and very clear and very simple manner. And you have gone up to the level of the students for explaining your topic, sir. So thank you once again, sir, for your time and for your effort for making this lecture a success, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I request everybody to put on your camera so that we can have a photograph.
Ma'am, big thank you to our Professor Dr. Mandeep Kochar, because she is the instrumental person who asked me just yesterday and I said, "No, madam, definitely I will be there to help you, ma'am. That is not an issue." So nice of Dr. Mandeep and Dr. Pargat Singh have allowed me and you people have invited me. It's my pleasure, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You are always welcome, Professor. You are always welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Just let me know, madam, when to end the meeting, then accordingly I will leave.
So we are just taking the photographs. One more.
Mandeep madam is also there. I'll request Dr. Mandeep if you can come on the screen, madam. Mandeep ji. ये मनदीप मैडम हमारे कॉलेज की, नहीं तो कोई वहां का स्टूडेंट समझेगा हमको बुला रहे हैं. प्रोफेसर मनदीप, आई थिंक शायद मैडम ट्रैवल कर रही हैं. परगट सर, आपके यहाँ फैकल्टी कितने होंगे? कम से कम
सर
10?
हमारे पास ऑन रोल अभी 15 मेंबर हैं सर एजुकेशन कॉलेज में।
तो सर कम से कम 10 पेपर तो आएंगे आपके यहाँ से।
सर हम आज ही मैसेज कन्वे करते हैं। एक्चुअली ना हम वो पुराना जो हमने सेमिनार किया था उसको सारे को कंपाइल करके उसकी प्रोसीडिंग का काम कर रहे हैं फैकल्टी में, और बाकी प्रैक्टिकल एग्जाम शुरू हो रहे हैं। स्टिल वी विल शेयर इन ग्रुप एंड रिक्वेस्ट ऑल द स्टाफ मेंबर्स टू पार्टिसिपेट।
प्लीज सर यार।
श्योर श्योर।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सो मच सर।
You can share with Manu ma'am, and we can also share in other groups also.
Fine, fine. Sir, I have received one email. I will just put it in that.
Yes, yes.
Thank you,
No,
sir.
no issues. Please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I think we can end the meeting here because it's time for you to also leave for home. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Bye.
Mandeep. And thank you, sir, for being here at a very short notice. Thank you so much. Thank you. It was
Yeah.
great listening to you. Thank you.